This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Vilgas.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Our top story, the investigation into a deadly shooting in Manatee County. Sheriff's
deputies say a 21-year-old man was shot in the head in the parking lot of a restaurant that has become a trouble spot for law enforcement. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo is joining us now live with what nearby business owners and residents think that should be done about the problem. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, the name of the restaurant is called El Paisano, located on 15th Street East, right behind me. Now, the residents and business owners in this area just are really concerned about the rash of violence going on.
For some longtime Oniko residents, the shooting that occurred Sunday night is nothing new.
A lot of violence, a lot of drugs, prostitution, not too good as far as reputation goes.
Angie Willett lives right down the street from El Paisano's restaurant, where 38-year-old Mauro Ramirez now faces attempted murder charges after approaching a 21-year-old in the parking lot and shooting him in the head. Willett believes a good portion of the area's crime originates from this business.
If they shut that bar down, which I'm surprised they haven't did yet, it would probably alleviate maybe 50% of the crime.
For the past 8 years, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office says there's been a number of assaults and robberies called in. For Willett, it's no surprise.
It's really considered a nuisance in that area alone.
And for General Manager John Routh, whose business sits right across the street from El Paisano, the violence occasionally affects them.
We had an incident where the police came by and wanted to look at our videos because somebody got shot over there and ran across the street to our trailer side over here, we call it, and died in the parking lot over there.
And although Routh and his staff feel safe during the day, it's still affecting businesses in the surrounding area.
People don't want to come to this area when they're knowing that something like that is happening because they really don't know it's always at night. They think it's just a bad area.
Trying to make the best of the situation.
I know the county is working on trying to get it cleaned up. I've been working with some people with the county doing different projects and things to make it better, to try to make it better, but stuff like the bar and stuff don't make it better, no.
Now, the motive of the shooting is still not known, as the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is still investigating the incident, viewing video surveillance obtained from El Paisano. We also left phone messages with bar owners, but our messages were never answered. Reporting live in Bradenton, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Nearly 1 year after a Manatee County woman is accused of hiring an undercover detective to kill her ex-husband, she's sentenced to 20 years in prison. State prosecutors recommend a 22-year sentence after Rachel Leahy pleaded no contest to the charges last month. Her attorney, Peter Aiken, used psychological reports to try and show she suffered from PTSD and asked for a sentence closer to 80 months so she could get help. The judge, though, deciding on 20 years behind bars and 3 years probation. Leahy lost full custody of her 3 children to her ex-husband in 2012 and told an undercover detective that she wanted her husband gone so she could see her babies again.
Police have identified the suspect at the center of a deadly workplace shooting rampage in Orlando. Police say John Newman shot and killed 5 people inside the business before ending his own life. ABC's Janae Norman explains the possible motive behind this violence.
A disgruntled former employee armed with a handgun and a hunting knife. Officials say just after 8 a.m. they received multiple 911 calls reporting an active shooter at an industrial business just outside of Orlando. Shelly Adams says her sister was in the bathroom when she heard gunshots.
She just heard a bang is all she said, and then when she come out she saw one person on the floor. Just, my boss is dead. My boss is dead.
Investigators say it appears the 45-year-old shooter reloaded at least once as he shot and killed the 5 victims whose ages range from early 30s to mid 60s.
At least one of them he had a negative relationship with, but he was certainly singling out the individuals that he shot.
ABC News has learned the gunman was an Army veteran who'd been fired from the business back in April. Orange County Sheriff Jerry Demings confirms 8 witnesses made it out of the business alive, including a temporary employee who narrowly escaped.
He pointed a firearm at her and told her to get out of the business.
Sheriff Deming says deputies arrived on the scene within 2 minutes of the first 911 call and that it appears the gunman turned the gun on himself just as deputies were arriving. And he says that shooter was the suspect in another violent incident at the same business back in 2014. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
And we will continue to monitor the developments surrounding this workplace shooting in Orlando. And remember, you can get instant alerts about breaking news by downloading our My Suncoast app. You'll get important news updates as well as weather forecasts and traffic alerts delivered right to the palm of your hand.
Very busy radar screen in the Weather Center today.
It's intense. It's been nonstop rain, Bob.
Yeah, it has. Lots of rain falling down. I know I woke up this morning and hit our weather app, not the news app, but the weather app, and sure enough, showed me a large area of very heavy rainfall moving on in. You could download the weather app as well by doing the same thing, just searching My Suncoast, and you'll see it with the weather. Again, you can see the little disturbance that moved on through earlier is now shifting off to the northeast right now, but still a lot of light to moderate precipitation occurring across parts of the Suncoast. And we'll take the real light rain out, but show you the moderate rainfall near Lakewood Ranch, also up near I-275 and the 75 junction right there. To the east of I-75 near Foxley, some showers there. Also east of Lakewood Ranch now, at least the town center. Now we're starting to see that move off to the east. There'll be a little break, and then more rain is on the way later on tonight. You can see the rainfall totals. It's been a nice gentle rain too this afternoon, meaning that not a lot of it is going to be running off into the rivers and streams, but it will be soaked up by the ground, which really needs it. More rain is on the way too for the rest of this week. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A very important week for the state legislature. Starting Wednesday, lawmakers will take part in a special session. Governor Scott called for that session on Friday after reviewing Florida's $82.4 billion budget. The session will primarily focus on establishing a job growth grant fund with $85 million and increasing transparency in funding for Visit Florida to $76 million. For the first time in 34 years, lawmakers will also have to pass a new Florida education finance program during this upcoming special session. The public school spending plan originally totaled $20 billion, of which more than $11 billion comes from the state. The remainder of that funding for 67 school districts comes from local property taxes. Governor Scott and legislative leaders have now agreed to add $215 million to the program, increasing per student spending by about $100 in the coming academic year.
My goal is that there's a pathway that all students in our state have the chance to get a great education, and so I'm going to continue to review it.
Meanwhile, another controversial education overhaul bill remains in play. Among other things, that legislation would expand the use of charter schools in Florida and provide bonuses to high-performing teachers and principals.
The Trump administration is taking a big step toward using seismic air guns in search for oil and gas in the Atlantic Ocean. The National Marine Fisheries Service is now seeking permits for 5 companies to conduct seismic surveys in the mid-Atlantic. If the permits are approved, 5 surveys would crisscross the Atlantic and southeast coast, logging tens of thousands of miles. Each ship would troll the water with air guns. Environmental groups and many East Coast lawmakers say the noise from these air guns can hurt marine life and harm commercial fishing and tourism.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. And Richard, a very sleepy day on Wall Street today.
Scott, I'm reminded of today's weather. It was kind of gray, it was kind of slow, the volume was very, very light. The net change, the biggest net change of the day was 0.2%. And frankly, that's a pause we can use just like we could use the rain, because the market's been going almost straight up, setting new records every single day. And guess what? Going nowhere is sometimes a very good thing. Let's take a look at the numbers to nowhere. There you see the Dow is down 22 points, 0.1%. Closing at 21,184.04 on light volume of 586 million shares. The NASDAQ for the day was down by 10 points, 0.16%, closing at 6,295.68. That on volume of 1,409 million shares. And the S&P down 0.12%, just under 3 points at 2,436.10. Well, let me assure you that Herbalife shareholders wish they saw down 0.12 today. The shares actually were down by more than 6.5%. You probably have heard of Herbalife. They make nutritional supplements and they sell them in a kind of a different way. They've been accused by several people of running a pyramid scheme. They actually settled in 2016 with the FTC in a settlement worth $200 million. Their sales came in well below expectations, and again, there's been a lot of scrutiny of this company. A lot of people don't think it's legitimately run business, and is it a pyramid scheme or is it not? I guess that's not for me to say, but I will say the stock got hurt by 6.5%. Not a good way to start a sleepy week.
Not at all. And Richard, you have some news on Google.
Yes, indeed, and that's good news. You may recall last week, Amazon, for the first time ever, closed above $1,000 a share. Today, for the first time ever, it was Google's turn, trading at over $1,000 a share.
All right, Richard, thank you so much for the update.
You're very welcome.
Well, when some Suncoast students go back to school in the fall, they'll notice some new outdoor furniture. Earlier this month, students and staff at Bashaw Elementary School in Manatee County celebrated the completion of a goal. The school initially set out to raise $1,500, but ended up raising $4,000 to buy 4 new wheelchair-accessible picnic tables and 2 buddy benches. The kids started the fundraising campaign so disabled students could participate in more outdoor activities with their fellow students.
Great program.
They'll be put to good use in the fall.
I think
That's
they
awesome.
will.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, one of the most famous comedians faces a jury. What happened inside the courtroom on day 1 of Bill Cosby's criminal trial.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, doesn't matter how intense your workout is, what's better for your overall fitness in Health Smart.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Wondering which big blockbuster movies are worth the money? I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, our movie guy is in to talk about the don't miss summer movies in theaters and at home. You can learn a new art skill this summer with Ringling College community classes. We'll give printmaking a try. Plus skincare in the harsh summer sun, and we'll give yo-yoing a go. Plus Currents Restaurant in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Whether a family member needs a little extra help around the house, assistance recovering from a hospital stay, or someone to check in on them throughout the week, Right at Home's in-home care is the answer. Your loved one deserves the right care, and now we need caregivers to help give the right care for the right reasons, the right way. At Right at Home, we're one of the only private home health agencies in this area with the opportunity to earn paid time off. If you're someone who loves helping people, take a look at our website and click on Jobs to join our team today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
I dream of the creature by night and by day. Wielding my weapon, I slaughter my prey. 2,000 cash, I'll be rolling in dough. So hey, you big monster, come out from below. So hey, you big monster, come out from below.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
It's one of the most highly anticipated court cases in recent memory. Dozens of media outlets have scattered outside the courthouse in Philadelphia as inside famed comedian Bill Cosby is facing criminal charges. ABC's Maggie Rulli shows us what happened on day one of his sexual assault trial.
Famed comedian Bill Cosby enters the courthouse for day one of his criminal trial, arm in arm with his former Cosby Show co-star Keisha Knight Pulliam, even tweeting a shout out to her. But America's dad is spending the rest of his day facing a jury as the defense and prosecution give their opening remarks today in a felony case of aggravated indecent assault. The accuser, Andrea Constant, claims Cosby drugged and molested her in 2004. She only went to the police a year later.
This is an old case and not an easy case.
The defense argues that a false accusation of sexual assault is an attack. It can ruin a man's life, and claims Constant's story has been inconsistent, that she reached out to Cosby after the alleged sexual assault, and they question why it took her a year to come forward with the allegation. The prosecution counters, saying trust, betrayal, and an inability to consent, that's what this case is about. Outside the courthouse, we meet Lily Bernard.
I am one of the 60 women.
She accuses Bill Cosby of drugging and sexually assaulting her in the early 90s when she was a guest star on The Cosby Show. She calls the defense's argument rape culture 101 and says there's one clear reason women like them wait to come forward.
It's Bill Cosby, and so who's going to believe you?
Lily's unable to take Cosby to court because the statute of limitations ran out for her claims. Cosby denies her and the other women's accusations. Constant is planning to testify, along with one other woman who claims that Cosby drugged and assaulted her in a similar way. Cosby himself so far has no plans to take the stand. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Norristown, Pennsylvania.
The only road in and out of the Florida Keys was shut down for hours because of a massive fire at a marina. Firefighters are still mopping up the fire at the Vaca Key Marina and Marathon. The overseas highway, which runs south to Key West, was closed in both directions while crews cleaned up the scene. The fire broke out early this morning. When firefighters arrived, they found the flames had spread to a house on an acre-sized lot filled with wooden lobster traps. The fire is now contained.
A lot of fuel.
Ooh, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, good news, though. We have good news. Yeah, over the weekend, we had some rain, some showers, some thunderstorms as well, but I got the Cappy's cause in. You know, we raised a lot of money for the deputy up there in Manatee County who was involved, and that turned out really well. I saw a storm coming right at us, and it dissipated. So it was like divine intervention, if you will. And then got the golf game in on Sunday, so today a different story. Worked out real well.
Perfect.
It worked out well, too, for our fire danger. You know, we are seeing a lot of rainfall, and it's the moderate kind, too, at times, and the light rainfall. That's the kind that's absorbed into the duff layer, as we've talked about. And, you know, we needed a tropical system of some sort to move on through. Not a organized system, just an unorganized tropical mess. And that's what we're getting. And we're going to get a lot more, it looks like, as far as the rainfall goes over the upcoming 2 to 3 days. Now the Van Ways webcam showing a little lull. There's not much rainfall around. This morning it was very active, and in fact we had a water spout. This was the beginning of it right there at around 7:15 on the morning. That's Mike Holderness there, the north end of Siesta Key. You can see it forming and dipping down and eventually turning into a water spout, which quickly dissipated. These are different than the ones that moved through a couple of years ago in that January that spawned those tornadoes. A whole different set of circumstances, and typically these kind of water spouts that you just saw hit the beach and quickly dissipate. They don't do much damage at all, maybe turn some lawn furniture over. That is about it. They're not that strong, and they're not detectable on the radar picture either. They're just too small and not very representative of the storms that we see during the winter months. You can see the light to moderate rainfall still occurring, moving east now. It is moderate to heavy at times near Northport, some showers just offshore of Anna Maria. So keep the umbrellas handy. You're going to need them. Right now we have a little lull in Inglewood, also up near Nokomis and Siesta Key, but that shower activity continues to move pretty quickly off to the east right now. Rainfall totals fairly impressive. Everyone pretty much over a half inch right near the coast, the Siesta Key near Sarasota and Lido, nearing an inch there, and we can see rainfall totals over the upcoming days into the 2 to 4 inch range as a result of several systems moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. Another one here just offshore will move in our direction overnight. So the rain is not over for us tonight, tomorrow. And here's that energy. This is what's left over from a tropical storm that was in the Pacific. It's made it all the way over now. So there's some instability here, nothing organized, but plenty of tropical moisture to produce showers and storms. And then another low pressure area here, which will send a front our way. That front's going to get hung up right over the state too, and it looks like it could be a soggy weekend ahead next weekend. 74 degrees right now, some light rain, 71 in the temperature, dew point temperature, so that's high. Here's the forecast. Now, this is a forecast model that puts these in and populates these. It's showing showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Temperatures will stay on the cooler side. lower 80s. There'll be breaks. It's not going to be a constant rainfall, but there will be some storms around and very windy conditions out of the southwest. So small craft advisories will stay with us throughout the day on Tuesday and possibly extend into Saturday as that energy kind of rotates in our direction. The forecast model, RPM forecast model, continues to show a series of disturbances moving through. Here comes the front. Tuesday afternoon, showers and storms moving along it. And then another piece of energy coming through on into Wednesday and even onto late Wednesday night. So a big chance for showers and storms to help out with the fire danger that we've had for so long. Small craft advisory is in effect. Southwest winds 15 to 20, seas 4 to 6 feet with choppy conditions out there. The 7-day forecast looks wet. 90% tomorrow and tomorrow night. Wednesday at 70. It slackens down a little bit Thursday and Friday. And it's back up there again for the weekend. Scott?
All right, thank you so much, Bob. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, right now there's a crash on I-75. This is the northbound lanes at the Bree Ridge Road exit. But again, all green on the map, so it doesn't look like it's having any impact on traffic at this hour. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, washing your hands in cold or lukewarm water appears to remove just as many germs as hot water. That's according to a new study published in the Journal of Food Protection. And hand washing experiments with 21 volunteers, Rutgers University researchers found no significant difference in cleaning power between water that was 60, 79, or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. They also found that lathering hands for just 10 seconds sufficiently removed germs. The amount of soap also did not make a difference. If you hate intense exercise, that is okay. It might not be better for you anyway. A study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found the more moderate exercise people do, the more their cardiovascular health improves and their mortality risk drops. When it comes to vigorous exercise, smaller amounts seem to be linked with maximum health benefits. And a previous study found moderate intensity activity may help better prevent diabetes. It improved insulin sensitivity more than high-intensity workouts in people who are overweight or obese and in those with pre-diabetes. Coming up, new surveillance video of the man responsible for the deadly attack at an entertainment complex, what police now say about the gunman, plus the search for a bear on the run. Why wildlife officials are having a hard time capturing this animal. That's straight ahead.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-Off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
New information tonight on the lone gunman who was behind the casino attack that left 37 people dead in the Philippines last week. Police say Jesse Carlos Javier was in debt and had a gambling problem. A security camera captured Javier walking through the casino dressed in all black and strapped with a weapon. He set casino tables on fire before he moved to another room. Authorities caught up with Javier in a hallway with their guns drawn. Police say he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound and acted alone. Now to amazing new video of a monstrous tornado touching down in Alberta, Canada. The video shows a twister on Friday as cars continue to drive towards the storm on a nearby highway. The tornado was spotted near 3 hills, moving at about 30 miles an hour. It only lasted for a few minutes and didn't appear to leave behind much damage, and no injuries have been reported.
Animal control and wildlife officials in Feasterville, Pennsylvania are having a hard time capturing this bear on the loose. They've been trying to tranquilize the bear since Sunday. This black bear was spotted running through several neighborhoods, and police are warning people to be on the lookout. The bear also decided to do a little sightseeing and go for a swim before climbing back up a tree. A 93-year-old great-grandmother in Australia turns to the internet to find her wedding dress. Sylvia Martin chose 4 different options at a store called Bird's Nest. She then posted the pictures of the outfits on Facebook, and Martin got a big response. She chose a sophisticated lace dress that received more than 5,000 votes. Martin is marrying her 88-year-old friend Frank Raymond later this month. A younger man.
Yeah, she looks great in all of them, though.
She does.
Say yes to the dress.
She's styling. Yeah, she did. And I like how she picked an untraditional color.
Yeah, it worked out.
Very nice. Well, still to come in your Suncoast News, test results that could jeopardize a plan for a new library on the Suncoast.
Plus, new water restrictions, how the drought is affecting when and how homeowners water their lawns and gardens. The story coming up.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The official salon of ABC7.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.